All right. Oh man, what a day! What a day! And lots happening today. We're going to talk some football, talk some hockey, Olympics, women today. Hell of a game. I caught the last period of that game, and Team USA pulled it out and got the 2-1 victory in overtime. As my man uh, Josh Michaels for the Oilers say that, and the Oilers win in overtime. So the women get the gold, and Canada, unfortunately, heartbroken, as they come up short. My heart felt for Sarah Nurse. I can tell you that right now. That is one hot babe. Okay, and so is the number 10 for the USA team. She was cooking too. Matter of fact, she took the shot that the captain of Team USA deflected right past the Canadian goaltender to tie up the game late with a minute and a half to go in regulation. So, congrats to Team USA. They deserve the gold. No team deserved to lose. Daniel Berry in the building. What's up, Dan? Good to see you, buddy. We'll talk about a lot of things up here tonight. NBA resumes tonight. Knicks and Pistons in about an hour here in New York. Pistons number one seed in the Eastern Conference of the NBA. When we talk about these two gentlemen, I'm gonna throw in some Seattle because I don't think Seattle's getting the love they deserve. I wasn't shocked on Tuesday, but they told Kenneth Walker to go find yourself a better deal. But that's how John Snyder does business. So we wish Dan a happy Thursday. Here we go, Daniel Berry. Happy Thursday, buddy. Down in Miami right now, you hear these people down there worried, scared to death because those idiots down there put everything on the quarterback. And of course, your boy here laughs at that because Seattle has proven, so have the Eagles, that you don't need a franchise quarterback to win in this league. You need a complete team. And you can do that. Seattle, Denver, Eagles, to name three, you can win in this league. And um, Seahawks are back on top. We'll talk about them on Saturday night when I come up here. We'll talk about their new empire that they have built out there, and the Death Star is complete. And I'll say it right now. I see them going. If they stay healthy, 15-2 next year. I don't see nobody touching, but it's about these two men tonight. Who I am glad that Dolphin Nation. I don't know who's behind that publication, but he said so many fans have jumped off the ship, and to me, that's a great. That's a great thing. We don't need the two and ears, two and on, been packed up and went back to Tuscaloosa. And Dolphins, do us a favor. Don't draft Ty Simpson, please. Don't cater to these sorry ass fans down there who don't know nothing. Don't cater to them. You go build that defense. I heard Minka is next out the door, and then word is Waddle don't want to be part of a rebuild. Get rid of his ass too. I never liked Waddle. So told those dumbasses, you take Sewell or Micah. They took him. What's up, Ramos? They took him. And what did it lead to? Numerous concussions for Tua because they made the wrong choice. They would took Sewell, Tua wouldn't be having sacks, and he'll probably still be your quarterback right now. Speaking of Tua, I gotta laugh at this. Okay, Joe Rose, who was a big radio personality down in South Florida, was getting grilled on Tuesday by National Football League fans and other radio stations that him and Big Bo Kim Bocamper has been killing Tua for the last couple of months. But these people are in Tua's defense, saying that the organization let him down. And I couldn't agree with those fans more. They didn't do enough for him because the head coach and the GM that was before what you have now, they didn't believe in offensive line. Now look how stupid they are. One is ran to Justin Herbert, and the other one you'll never see him run a team again. And this is what Trump said, came across my wire just now. Trump said something. They failed to. And they're talking about this bullshit. Oh, I have to design a deep offense for him. Give me a break. Okay? Give me a break. But to the point, a lot of football fans across the country and radio personalities believe that the Dolphins hung Tua out to dry, and I couldn't agree more. I'll also say the sicker, mentally retarded, I only care about the quarterback fan base, aka the Dolphin community. They too are to blame for putting that man on a pedestal. And speaking of that, remember speaking of the Dolphin community, remember those same ass clowns who said if you talk about Chris Greer, you're a racist? Where are they at now? But Chris Greer's out of the job. Tua's gone. Mike McDaniel's gone. Tyreek is gone. Bradley Chubb, soon to be Minka, and then, according to reports, Waddle don't want nothing to do with a rebuild. Where are all these guys at now? Where's the? Oh, I forgot. They're on Twitter. Guess what? I'll be on Twitter soon, hunting their asses down. There's a lot of guys I hate in that community. I'm coming after them. If it's the last thing I do. Right now, I'm laughing my ass off so bad at these ass clowns who tried to tell me, the nerve of these assholes, tried to tell me that quarterback was great and that this team was going to go to the Super Bowl. This team didn't even come close to winning a goddamn playoff game, let alone a Super Bowl. And of course, this last 22 years has been a failure. Let me do the complete opposite of the Miami Dolphins, and that is the Seattle Seahawks. Okay? Since Ricky Williams walked out that door, which was 2004, since 2004, the Seahawks have won 2 Super Bowls, got robbed in one against the Steelers. The other one, dumbass company man, Boule Negro, Russell Wilson threw the dumbass pick, and all he had to do was hand it to 24 Dynasty. That won't happen this time. If Sam Darnold has to run the goddamn football himself in next year's Super Bowl to win it, he'll do it. Okay? Look at the contrast between the Seahawks in the last 22 years and the Dolphins. Complete opposites. You look at the Dolphins, cartoonish buffoonery in the air, bad coaching hires, poor drafting. And then you look at the Seahawks since 2011. Look at their drafting. John Snyder, the only GM in the history of the sport to win with 2 different teams with the same franchise. That is what you call a hell of a general manager. Well, in Miami, let's see. They had I forgot my man's name, but I see it. Randy Mueller. There you go. Randy Mueller, Jeff Ireland, Dennis Hickey, Mike Tannenbaum, and Christopher Daniel Grimm. And now they got Sully. And I'll get to those two guys in a minute. Look at that. The coaches, I don't have to get into. And when they had the right coach in Brian Flores, they ran up the door because he was too gangster for them. And then this same ass broken down piece of shit quarterback badmouthed the man's character on fat ass Dan Lebertard's show 2 years ago. Remember that? And then this is the same broken down piece of shit quarterback, I might add, that when he got his contract, like Kim Bokamper said, hardworking blue collar people went out to enjoy a day of Dolphin training camp, and this asshole comes out and says, "Show me the money." This is the type of people who that dumbass Dolphin community down in Miami, this is the type of people they support. We don't have to get into Tyreek Hill's fiascos. Where was my sexy ass? I was in Lambeau, who I'm going to tell you right now, I will be on Matt LaFleur's ass all year long. Because that son of a bitch is next to go. I'll get to that in a couple of weeks with his ass. Okay? He's next. Okay, but let me get back to the broken down QB. Okay? And that dumbass fan base down in South Florida. Oh, the beautiful cynical one who came to the building and said hello to her boy Mace. How are you doing, my dear? Great to see you. Let me give this love some love. Let me give this beautiful lady some love, baby. You know I'm in a good mood today. You know I am. Oh, man. Saying what's up to her right now, as I am such in a great mood right now that I don't know what to tell you. That's how good I feel today. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. The beautiful, cynical one in the building, everybody. How are you feeling these days, love? Let me get back to what I was saying. You stay gorgeous, honey. Thanks for pulling up, saying hello to your boy Mace. Okay, let's get back to it. I don't mind when beautiful women come by to say hello. Okay, all right. Let's get back to it. Let me get back to roasting these dumbasses. I was looking around, and I didn't mean to look because I don't pay attention to dolphin content because most of these people lie, unless it's Big Mike Olivo over at Dolphin Talk. And I know he had that bullshit fish tank on last. I didn't even pay no damn attention. I remember a couple years ago, McDuffie hunted down TD, went at him just because TD was critical. I don't need time for that bullshit. But you gotta be a homer for a sorry ass franchise that's gonna get turned around. And don't worry, I'll get to the two men on the thumbnail. I love roasting this team and their fan base. So let me cook. Okay? Let me put the fish on the grill. All right, while I'm doing it. So let me get back to it. So this ass clown quarterback ripped Brian Flores, a man who's gone, went about his business, and you had Stephen A. Smith dumbass going along with it. Little that they knew that this man is doing his thing, and N.F.L. people are like me. Mind your business. Don't worry about him. He's doing a great job in Minneapolis with his family out in Mankato. Leave that man alone. They're not Tua, not Dan Lebertard, bro. Tua called that man a terrible human being. Really? And guess what? Week 2 against Buffalo, who was laying on the ground, concussed again. You guessed it. Tungalovu. You talk about karma. It's a bitch. Look at that. Remember that? I do. just keeping notes, you know. And again, as I love to do, and I love telling the truth up here, right? Look at them now, and look at Seattle now. For the last 22 years, look at the greatness of the new empire in Seattle, and look at the waffling, wallowing, cartoon, baboonish Dolphins. Okay, what a contrast of franchises, right? Once you have 4 trophies right now, we know the circumstances. The NFL Tagliabue didn't want to see them win. Speaking of Tagliabue, happy birthday to the second best commissioner in sports here in America, Roger Goodell. Happy 67th birthday, Commissioner. We love you. We love you, Commissioner. Keep doing the great work. San Francisco, by the way, will go to Australia the first weekend, the Friday of the season, to play the Rams. And then they're going to Mexico City in December. So the 49ers, and those are both road games for the 49ers. So you 49er fans, you'll have 9 home games and 6 true road games in the United States. So make your travel plans now. Back to what I was talking about. What a contrast. And we'll celebrate Seattle on Saturday evening. But the Empire is now stricken back. And I don't see a team beating them. As Richard Sherman said against a young receiver at the time, um, I forgot his name, and I should know his name. Okay, Stephon Diggs, when he was I think a rookie or second-year player, he was talking all that trash about Richard Sherman, and Richard Sherman said, "quote mismatch." Well, when you look at the Seahawks team right now, this is a team for the ages, and they will repeat. I don't see nobody beating that juggernaut. And the NFL is beginning to wonder now, do we need a superstar quarterback to win Super Bowls? The answer is no. Shout out to Big O. He agreed with that. Joe Rose too. You need a game manager, a quarterback that distributes the ball, and you got that now in Seattle. And like it or not, okay, Sam Donald's a Super Bowl quarterback. That's right. Let me repeat that. Sam Donald is a Super Bowl quarterback. Okay. You know how many Dolphin fans really believe that Tua was a Super Bowl quarterback? Tried to tell them, but no, they didn't want to listen to me. And now I am laughing at them to the end of time. And by the way, shout out, I gotta get the guy who runs Dolphin Nation up here to talk to him because uh according to him, they have lost so many subscribers that they said let the rats run away. They were bandwagon fans anyway. I could have told you that. All you had to do was look at the Dolphin community. Hey, my man CB83, Chris, saw Jesus so quick. He's now doing Florida State content. He never was in one of the ringleaders for the Dolphin community, which we all know he was. I don't want to hear from Shake Money's ass. He was the same guy flexing in a $10,000 mafia boss suit and a $3,000 pair of alligator shoes with Tua flexing in his Instagram page. Go look it up. You'll see it. And where's Lewis at? Where is that piece of shit at? This is the same ass clown. When I said Seattle will be a juggernaut in 2 years, which did happen, by the way, he said it was going to be the Lions. He was laughing at me up here. Yeah, who's laughing now, Lou? supporting the sorry ass Lions. And I told you people they're a bunch of sorry asses. Right as usual. That's my moniker. Right as usual. Let me give a shout out to my man, Mr. Fantastic, with a brand new For the Brothers sports show called The Illest Sports Show. Congrats to him, and he should have done it a long time ago. Those people in the manosphere, they need sports like that. I'm totally different than they are. You could tell by my accuracy of either predicting things up here or when I say something, it usually happens. I'm a different breed than those guys in the Manosphere streets. So enjoy that. Those brothers deserve to hear about NBA and boxing and women. I don't do that. Up here, I talk football, hockey, baseball, and other topics. Jerseys, which you're going to see that happen very soon. I'll talk a little tennis, golf, the tournaments happening at the Riviera Country Club right now in LA. Let me take a look. That they got still got another hour and a half to go with that. Let me go over there. Click on my set. Let you know who's winning that. And like I said earlier, my heart was crying for Sarah Nurse who lost in overtime. But that is one hot babe. Let me tell you. All right, let's see. Right, McElroy is in the lead right now, I think. Yeah, McElroy is up by 2 strokes. Morikawa is 3 strokes back. He won last week at Pebble Beach. Congrats to Colin Morikawa. Won last week at Pebble Beach. I watched that tournament. It was outstanding. As I do golf and in tennis, only cover Coco Golf. That's my baby. That's my little Coco. And I didn't even know Djokovic was back. They say he was going to retire. That's my tennis right there. But mostly I'm an NFL guy. I live and breathe NFL. Let's get to Scully. I call him Scully and Hef, like Starsky and Hutch if you're a kid of the 70s, like Mr. Miami is. Let's get to these two gentlemen. On Monday, they made a purge. They got rid of 4 guys. Minka is next. They'll get rid of her any day now. And the word came out this afternoon that they're going to get rid of everybody and build their own ship from the bottom up. They got some pieces on defense. That's why I said if I'm them, my first 5 picks will be on defense if I'm them. I wouldn't worry about other positions. I would just draft defense. All right, McElroy is 1 shot up. Bridgman is 1 shot behind, along with Ryan Fox. And then there's a group 3 shots behind, which means they're 2 behind the leader out in Riviera. Like I was saying, these 2 men I have complete trust and confidence in. They turned around. It's going to be a long time. Probably you won't see a good Dolphin team on the field again to probably 2029. And I don't mind that, especially that the bandwagon two-and-ear fan is gone. It's going to be so pleasant to watch my favorite football team about stupidity and nonsense being spread, and lies, of course. Lies, of course. They do lie in the Miami media. We know that to placate the dumbass fan base. Okay, and when I say dumbass fan base, I'm talking about South Florida. I'm not talking about New York, where the fans are great up here. Philly, Chicago, L.A., where Omar Kelly says the best Dolphin fan base is in L.A. Too bad Chargers are coming to Miami this year. Wouldn't that be fun? Adam Gase and Mike McDaniel coming back to South Florida to put a whipping on the Dolphins. That would be fun. Well, let me get back to what I was saying. These two gentlemen right here, I have complete confidence in. You know, Johnny Sullivan, Sully, he's a graduate from Columbus High School in South Florida. He went to Columbus. His father, of course, was Jerry Sullivan, former Dolphin receivers coach. So his dad was part of the family. So I have complete confidence in these two gentlemen. I know Halfley. I followed him at Boston College. Then to Green Bay, of course. You know I know everything about Green Bay with my quarterback there. That's why I went off just now on LaFleur's ass. But I think Halfley having his own team, having the resources, which they'll have in 28, thank God, um, he will build a defense that could compete with anybody, and more importantly, he will have a defense ready to shut down the Mahomeses. The Brian Flores had Mahomes. We put the blueprint on how you stop him back in 2020. Go watch the game. But like I said, Halfley will make a blueprint on defense to stop all these AFC quarterbacks. And you know, you hear the media already that my man on N.F.L Network talking about the Bears this and the Bears have no. I hope they make that opening night in Seattle. Put Caleb Williams' ass out there, and you see what's going to happen. Okay, you go ahead, send his ass out there and see what's going to happen to his ass. All right, this juggernaut in Seattle is no joke. Okay, they're not, and they're going to win again. And they're going to win again, and they're going to win again once they sign their men on defense. And I've been saying it all along. You give me a game managing quarterback. Belichick said it best. Game manager equals a winning quarterback equals Super Bowls. Let me repeat that. Okay, this is from Bill Belichick. When he was on last year, when he was on the great Pat McAfee show. Shout out to Pat McAfee. I'll say it again. He's one of the best, Pat McAfee. Built his empire from scratch. I'll say it again. A game manager equals a winning quarterback, which equals a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Sam Darnold. Okay? Jalen Hurst. Mahomes, once Tyreek left, their explosiveness left. Andy Reid broke them down and made them into a game manager. That's what great coaches do with great quarterbacks. Mahomes is the best game manager in the league. It should have been Tagovailoa, but oh no. Dumbass Stephen Ross wanted to have excitement football for these dumbass fans to enjoy. How did that work out? And how did you do Dolphins against winning teams? What was that? 6-20, 6-26, something like that? Yeah. More power to you. Fight the power. But let me get to these two guys here now. And these two guys here, I have complete confidence that not only will they turn around, but they will have a culture of winning. A culture of good men, young men, who work hard, who strive to be the best. And that's what you get in Green Bay. Okay? They call them down in South Florida the Green Bay guys. You're damn right. You got some structure. Frank Troy Aikman for that. Okay? Frank Troy Aikman bringing in two great men like these two. And Sully and Hef, they're going to get it turned around complete. And I mean complete confidence in these two men. It's going to take a good 5-6 years, but it's going to happen. And I'll be there for it, thank God. Two very astute football men. And they're going to build it from scratch. I'll say next year they'll go 7-10, 8-9. The year after they'll go 9-8, 10-7. Then in 29 we'll see something. 28, 29 we'll see something. And it's gonna be all homegrown players. All right, McElroy is at the 14th hole. Bright and sunny in Southern California right now. Boy, I am feeling the groove right now. I feel so good. Let me get back to these two great men. I just feel it feels great that the bandwagon Dolphins fan has left. These young idiots, I heard they'll be going to different teams for what? Poison their rooms? And they don't know what the hell they're talking about? If these dumb assholes don't know what they're talking about in the Dolphin community rooms, what the hell makes you think they're going to know what the hell they're talking about when they go to other teams' rooms? You tell me. Please tell me. All right? Okay. Let me see who's in the building. Oh, Melina's in the building. What's up, Melina? Tonight. Happy Thursday to you. NBA is on tonight. I put my money on Scotty Barnes tonight. With basketball, I bet individual players. And for the rest of the year, I'll be betting on my Blazers because they have the easiest schedule every night. And very, very, as you noticed tonight, folks, I am in a tremendous mood today. But these two men have complete confidence. And maybe Sully will be your John Snyder. Okay, that will get you a dominant defense, a power running game, the way you win championships. And look what Seattle did to Kenneth Walker III. Tell him, go somewhere else and go get a deal. We're not paying you. You know why? Because number one, he has injury history. Number two, as Moss will say, he doesn't perform in fantasy football. And number three, he can easily be replaced. He's a running back. And that's why the evil empire, which is the Seahawks, know what they're doing. And you all better get a front row seat and get used to this championship run because they're going to have it this time. It ain't going to be like last time when that dumbass company man quarterback threw that interception at the 1 yard. And the Patriots got lucky and they got 3 more Super Bowls out of it. Let me say it right now. Drake May, when your ass comes to the Death Star this season coming up, you're going to get your ass beaten even worse this time around. People still partying out in Seattle. Could you blame them? And the nerve of these pieces of shit patriots and their fan base acting all entitled. Those days are over. As long as the empire is back on top, which is the Seahawks, you will always get your ass beat. You understand that, Patriots and your dumbass fans up in Boston? You'll always get your ass beaten by this group. Okay? Oh, man. Boy, you know I'm feeling good tonight. You got me just pumping it tonight. Pumping it. You know I feel good tonight. So I have complete confidence in Sully and oh boy, down in South Florida, Green Bay South, as they call it. Lambeau South is Dallas. Okay. LaFleur, I will destroy him doing free agency. I got a lot to say about his dumbass. That's coming. All right. Let me get some baseball, and I want to talk about the should have been, could have been world champions. They ended up being the bridesmaid. What else is new up in Toronto? Let me talk about the Blue Jays, which again was dealt a horrible blow when that piece of shit Santander just had surgery last week and didn't tell the Blue Jays until I believe Monday. Think about that. This is a man which this team paid $96 million to. He didn't have the self respect to get the surgery back in August. He gets the surgery on Tuesday and told the Blue Jays on Monday. And shout out to my man JD Bunkis up at Sportsnet in Toronto. Does a great job with the Jays. Ripped him an asshole. I will cut his ass right now on Toronto. Speaking of that, looking at the baseball, and in a couple of weeks I'll be doing full spring training coverage. There's a lot of things to talk about here, beginning with, unless you're the Blue Jays, Yankees, Texas Rangers, and the Angels I found this out this morning, they're not going to have their own network. So only 4 teams in the American League and 5 teams in the National League have their own channels. And if I tell you one of the teams with their own network, you're going to have a heart attack. I'll save that team for last. Let me go through the National League. Mets got their own network. Phillies got their own network. Cubs got their own network. I'm saving the best for last. The Giants got their own network. The Dodgers have their own network. Brace yourselves. The Pirates. That's right. The Pirates got their own network. I said this a year ago. Of course, you have ass clowns who come up here who don't want to listen to real information. The other 23 teams, how the F are you going to watch your baseball teams when you have to pay $149.99 to watch your baseball team? And good for ESPN. They jumped on that shit. They said, you want to see your favorite team? You pay us $149.99 and you can see your favorite team. Good for ESPN. And what you're seeing here is what they want is you have to pay for sports. That's where they're going with this. That you have to pay to watch your favorite sports team. Look at me. I pay 100 and let me see, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. I pay $150 just to watch the Blazers play. But I get to watch the whole league. Baseball is the same way. But if you want to pay for your team, I think there's $99, $129, and I think $119, depending on the team. And to me, this is big because soon you may have to pay for your favorite N.F.L. team pay-per-view. So baseball is having a major crisis. Plus, Tony Clark's dumbass banging his sister-in-law. Can you believe that? This man gave his sister-in-law a job at the MLB office, and he's banging her on the side. He had to resign a couple of days ago. Baseball said, F him. We got the replacement already. Let's go to war. And I believe it or not, the owners will win this war. And baseball will be dead. Baseball will be MLS. And I've been saying that for years. After this labor disagreement, and the owners are going to win. The players are not going to win. And believe it or not, if you are a player in LA, Toronto, New York, Boston, Seattle, the Dodgers, San Francisco, the Phillies, the Cubs, and the Pirates, You don't want to go on strike. You don't want to lock out. You want the season to continue because you have a revenue stream. Pirates, word is for them. I forgot the big bat they signed this off season, which for them was good. They may start dipping into that TV money, but they're getting in, get some more free agents or sign their pitching staff. Teams like the Brewers are done. I mean, you're in a small market like Milwaukee, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Tampa, they're building this new stadium for what? Why are you building it for? You tell me. Why are you building it for? Hmm? No one's going to go to games. You're always going to be last place in that division. I'm going to save my baseball picks for when we do opening day. I got to look who's playing opening day. Let me take a look who's playing opening day. Take a good look. We got a lot of shows lined up for you. Combine all next week, Stanley Cup hockey next week. We'll do a doubleheader coming back. Welcome the boys back early. Is Mr. Miami just for him? No team Ovechkin hits more than the Montreal Canadiens. That rival's renewed in Montreal next Thursday night, and then afterwards we'll be in San Jose. The new Canadian superstar, Macklin Salabrini, will take on one of the finest young defensemen in the NHL. Nobody talks about. That's Hunter Brustevich and the Calgary Flames. We'll have that next Thursday night. Second game of late night doubleheader out in San Jose. Let's see. Let's see the NBA next Wednesday night. I may do some NBA coverage. That's right, you heard me. I may do some NBA coverage. I'm in that type of mood right now. I feel so good right now. But looking at baseball right now, you have to look at the Mets and Blue Jays as the favorites. And Steve Cohen, that's the owner of the Mets, who have more money than Jesus Christ, said he will spend more money to get more pitching. The Mets right now look real good. Dante Bichette, uh, we know his real name is Bo, but I call him Dante because of his father. What a great player he was. Uh, Fitting in very nicely with the Mets. Luis Roberts, they got them a center fielder with power. Got a couple of pitchers. Mets are looking real good in the National League. Let's see. Tonight in the NBA, I told you, 76ers up 12-8. Cleveland up 8-3 early. Rockets and Hornets 12-12. Raptors and Bulls in about 45 minutes from Chicago. Pistons and Knicks a little later. Well, let's see who's playing next Wednesday and next Friday night. You know what the new Amazon deal? Um, the new Amazon deal. NBA is covered for the next 11 years. And this is the league. Did you see the attendance at the slam dunk contest? There were so many empty seats, it was embarrassing. This tells you how much the NBA is, like I've been saying all along. Only losers watch the NBA. Unless you got a Oklahoma City, Denver, uh, Houston, San Antonio Final Four in the West. I'll do those series for you up here. I'll do the Raptors. I think the Raptors will go far this year. Scotty Barnes, well, he's becoming one of my favorite players. I gamble on him every night. Let me take a look at the NBA tonight. Next Thursday night hockey will be in Montreal and then San Jose, California next week. Let's see who's playing next week in the NBA. And they give you some NBA coverage next week. Denver at Golden State Sunday. I'll skip it. Let's see Wednesday night. Come on, give me a Wednesday night, Tuesday. Tuesday is a big card. Let's see, Orlando at the Lakers, no thank you. Portland and Minnesota. That's on Peacock. Yeah, I might have to do that game next week. Yeah, we'll do it. So we'll be in Portland next Tuesday night, Portland and Minnesota. I'll be on the air at 9:45 Eastern. We'll do my Blazers against Minnesota. Next Wednesday night, Oklahoma City's at Detroit. San Antonio's at Toronto. We'll be in Toronto next Wednesday night. There you go. San Antonio at Toronto. So we'll see Wemby, the great Wembanyama. I told you people 3 years ago he was going to be the new phenomenon in the league. He is the 21st century player that we was told about as 20-somethings back in the 80s and 90s. But they will be a player that will be 7'5" and will dominate. He is here. And I told you fools he was coming. Oh, no, Mace don't know what he's talking about. Shut up. You don't know. Well, Mace was right again. What else is new? Right as usual. So we'll be in Toronto next Wednesday night for the Raptors and the Spurs. You got to have league pass to get that game. I'm trying to see if we could do a double header afterwards. Oh, Boston at Denver. Okay. No, I ain't going to do that game. I'll do Tuesday night, Minnesota at Portland. And then next Wednesday night, we'll be in Toronto. I'll get a good look at Wembanyama and my man Scotty Barnes. And Thursday we're doing NHL. So let me look at Friday night. That's some good games Thursday night. Portland's at Chicago. There's draft pick situation there. Lakers are in Phoenix. One of your late games. Minnesota's at the Clippers. I don't care. So we got a good night Thursday night. I'm doing the hockey Thursday. San Antonio's in town to play Brooklyn. And let's see who's playing next Friday night. Cleveland, Detroit. That's an ESPN game. I don't like doing ESPN games. Knicks at Milwaukee, no. Memphis, Dallas, no. Denver at Oklahoma City. Oh, that's the late game. All right, I'll skip it. Hey, look at this. Next Saturday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Portland at Charlotte. Okay. Houston's at the Heat. That's on Prime, by the way. Houston the Heat, 3:30 Eastern. That's next Saturday, not this Saturday. Lakers and Golden State, that's just a ESPN piece of shit. That's next week. So we'll have Scotty Barnes against Wemby and Portland, Minnesota, late night next Tuesday night. Will be in Portland. Be on the air at 9:45 Eastern. So we got 2 NBA games next week. The Canadians next week as we get back to full bloom coverage in here. You always depend on me to do coverage. Right, let's get. Oops. My dumbass. All right. These two guys here, getting back to them. I have complete confidence in these two, but they'll turn around in Miami. But things will get better in Miami. And it's going to be a couple of years. I see them making the playoffs in 2028, the earliest. They should have a good team, a good defense, and power running game. So I have complete confidence in these two. You had Blondie, well, she calls herself Sports Blade. All she kept asking this poor man was about the quarterback, quarterback. Well, you're gonna have to wait to see your quarterback in Miami because it takes 3 years before he gets on the field. As you see me, I'm in a great mood tonight, watching the golf. Let's see what's happening. Guys are wearing gear at the golf course. Beautiful to see a beautiful day in Los Angeles. What's up, Tony?
And Mace,
Yeah.
I think Vamos might have told you this already. I was in one of these spaces and I told them this, and they went ape shit.
About what? The quarterback that wait 3 years?
Yep.
Well, that's the way they do it in Green Bay. Don't have to wait.
I was reiterating that point. These guys are bringing the philosophy that they learned in Green Bay. Ron Wolf sat quarterbacks for 3 years. He didn't start them right away. He got a vet, and I said this. I think we might bring in a Derek Carr or a freaking Derek Carr or my God, Kirk Cousins and stuff like that.
I think Cousins go back to Minnesota. Miami don't have the money to get a Derek Carr. I'm hearing if worse comes to worse, they'll go
Jimmy
get
G.
Jimmy G. Yeah, and that's
No,
not gonna help
but
because he's injury prone.
why do you think? Uh, I thought the New Orleans Saints are still paying his contract. Wouldn't he be super cheap?
No, he's not with the Saints. He never played for the Saints, Tony. Played for the
Derek Carr.
49ers and the Rams.
Derek Carr.
No. Then what you call it? He retired. He's gonna want to get paid.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You're
No.
gonna
Oh,
find
okay.
out in 3 weeks. You're gonna find out exactly 3 weeks from today who will be the new Dolphins quarterback.
Yeah. And in your honest opinion, would you like? Let's say like they bring in like a Jimmy G, and then they draft the quarterback. Let's say like a Sawyer Robertson and stuff like that, and a Quinn Ewers beats them both out. Are you happy with Quinn being our starter next year?
I don't really care. I just know that they're gonna try their best to get Malik Willis in here.
We
Even if
can't
they have
afford
to
him.
even if they have to promise him escalators in his contract, they're gonna try hell to high water to get him here.
Yeah. That's another one that's going to piss off people in our fan base.
You know what? You know how I feel about the fan base. I was ripping them earlier up here. You know that they're a bunch of ass clowns. And let me ask you a question, Manzano. You go in these rooms, right?
Yeah.
Everything I've been saying for the last 5 years, did it end up happening?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. No. And then actually they were talking about the college football, and I went in there. And I'm like, Gators fans and Seminole fans need to sit down and shut up. Gators, this guy John Summerall is going to be another Billy Napier. To be honest,
I don't know about college football right now, Tony. My focus is on the Miami Dolphins and what these two men are going to do.
I think honestly we're going to build. I've been saying this. I think we're going to build from the line of scrimmage, and I think we end up the two. If these two guys are there, I think it's going to be between Spencer Fanu, the kid from Utah, or Francis Mauinoa
I don't think the Dolphins are going to go that route.
for a tackle.
They're going to go defense all the way.
And I'm staying away from David Bailey, Mace.
They got him going to the Jets, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of our dumbass fan base wants him, and I've been saying this. He's basically another Chop Robinson. The kid is like 220. Like him and Chop are the same size. I'm staying away from David Bailey as much as like I would rather get a Keldrick Falk, who's a a lot bigger, and he can be a run defender. I would rather have a run defender than a guy who can give you pass rush ability because you can teach a guy how to be a pass rusher. You can't teach a guy how to run defend, correct?
Yeah, but I don't see. I don't even think Chop Robinson is going to be on this team, bro.
Yeah, no, and they like big defensive ends and be. I think honestly, I think Jeff Hafley can unlock Kenneth Grant.
He likes Grant. I know that for a fact. He likes him.
You know who he reminds me of the guy who used to play for the Packers. Like I forgot his name. He was a defensive tackle for them.
He was
They
traded to
traded
the
him.
he was traded to the Cowboys for Parsons. I know who you're
Yeah,
talking about.
Kenny something.
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark. Do you see a lot of Kenny Clark and Kenneth Grant?
No, Kenneth Grant gotta show me something. I
No, in
know
terms
that.
of his play style.
I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. Remember, I haven't looked at the Dolphins for a minute. You know where I've been the last few years. That's why I'm on board now because I know and trust these two men.
Do you actually believe the reports, Mace, that this guy, Brandon Shore, is going to be like he's going to be fully involved in the drafting?
Nope. I believe it's going to be these two guys right here.
And I think Champ Kelly's still in there too because he has connection with them in Green Bay.
They said that according to Joe Rose, that guy has nothing, no power in the organization anymore. This
He's
is
just like
all.
a
This is all about these two men right here, and I have complete confidence in Sully and Half to get a job. I'm not worried about it, and it
and you
feels good.
know what pisses me off too is people constantly bring up Boston College, Mace, for him, for Halfley, forgetting the fact that Boston College they never gave him any money to build a team and stuff like that. He tried his best, but the administration in Boston College refused to fund the athletics department in general. So they
Let
could
me ask you a question. When a head coach of an NFL powerhouse calls a college coach to be his defensive coordinator, he jumped at it, and
yeah, he left.
he told people we'll have a pro job in 2 years. That was 2 years ago. Is he coaching a pro team now?
Yes, he is.
He gambled on himself and he won. So
But
now with this man getting him the groceries, he's going to build his defense top notch.
and people actually are hesitant also because look what happened to uh, look at how his defense performed in the playoffs. There's also
Jeff
recency.
Hafley, Jeff Hafley's got his own team now. He has his own team.
Okay,
Now he can bring in his own players.
all those guys were Packer guys he never drafted, basically.
Exactly. Now
And
you're connecting the dots. Yes. Now he's bringing in his own players.
you know, like like when I look at Jeff Hafley's defense base, you know his where he cut like the way he sets up his defense. I see a lot of Bill Parcells, a little bit of Parcells, and Wade Phillips in his defense. Or like a no, his defense reminds me of Rex Ryan, kind of a Rex Ryan defense. Do
No,
you see
no,
that?
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That Green Bay defense for years, even when Aaron Rodgers was there, were a bunch of choking dogs. And I've been saying that up here,
No,
and I was
no,
right.
I'm saying the philosophy that he was trying to set up in Green Bay was like when you look at the philosophy he's trying to teach was trying to teach in Green Bay. Do you feel it's more towards like a Rex Ryan
No,
or Bill?
he's not going to build his defense that way. I think he's going to copy the Broncos or Seattle's defense to shut down every AFC quarterback that is going to be in Miami's way.
So he's following McDonald, which is the
Exactly.
Ravens defense, basically.
Exactly. You really believe that not Halfley, you really think that Sully's listening to this dumbass fan base about get a
He
quarterback? You
doesn't
really
give a
believe
shit
it?
about them.
Exactly. You just said it, Tony. They just don't realize it yet. They'll realize it draft night when every pick is going to be a defensive player into the 5th round. Then he'll be nice enough to throw them a bone, these dumbasses, and give them a quarterback who is not going to start.
Yeah, no, and I said this from the beginning. The 3 corners that are attached to Miami, I don't think I think they want big physical corners. As much as I like Avion Terrell, Jermon McCoy, and Mansur Delane, they would be more slot corners in this defense over a boundary corner. He wants big physical guys the size of what's his name? The guy from the Patriots corner,
Gonzalez.
like Christian Gonzalez, guys like that, and a Patrick Surtain, 6'1" and above.
I heard that he wants nothing to do. Did you hear this report late this afternoon?
No.
They're getting rid of everybody. The only 2 players they're keeping is Brewer and my man at middle linebacker.
Oh, so they're not keeping Jason Marshall?
I don't know. I'm talking about the
veterans.
The veterans. Yeah, they're getting rid of all of them.
Which is the oddest thing. Why would they keep Brewer? He doesn't fit the type of offensive lineman they want.
Because he's a good leader in the locker room. You gotta understand, I was doing this earlier. I said from 2004 to right now, the Seattle Seahawks have been to 4 Super Bowls. They should have won all 4. They were robbed against the Steelers, and the referee 10 years later admitted that he made bad calls on them on purpose. We all know what Russell Wilson did. They've dominated the other 2. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins have been a complete joke.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm trying to think how many head coaches that they've had.
It was
Yeah.
Jimmy.
No,
then Dave Wannstedt.
Jimmy's the 90s. I'm talking about after Wannstedt, the coaches.
You
had Nick Saban, failed, ran away to Alabama, got into the chopper, and flew to Tuscaloosa. Then you had
Cameron.
A disaster, 1-15.
What's his name?
Tony Sperano. He was all right, but he pumped his fist for field goals too much. Big O can't stand his size.
Okay. My God. There was a guy in between Sperano. Joe Philbin.
Adam Gase.
Brian Flores.
And Mike McDaniel. Look at that. While Seattle's had Mike Holmgren, Pete Carroll, and Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've said this too, with the hiring of first-time head coaches, has more to do that Ross wanted someone he can control.
Yes.
Well, Saban, he couldn't control Saban.
No, Ross wasn't on the team then. That was Huizenga. And when Huizenga hired him, he gave Saban complete control.
And you think that was a mistake, or do you think
Saban couldn't handle the salary cap? That's why when you coach in college, you get 50 number 1 draft picks in recruiting.
And Mace, didn't you say, what is it called? Zach Thomas can't stand Saban?
Yeah, he can't stand him. Well, Jason Taylor called him the greatest coach he ever had. Probably one of the reasons why Taylor and Thomas are no longer friends.
And I've been saying this when you know the Texas Tech linebacker, Mace? Jake Rodriguez?
Yeah,
The
what
guy
about
who
him?
won the Butkus Award.
Yeah, what about him?
A lot of people say he's Zach Thomas.
Well, Jordan Brooks is the equivalent to Zach Thomas, so I'm not worried about. And he's going to throw
Don't we need a second linebacker next to Jordan?
maybe. I mean, it's up to them. But I
I
know
think
those first 5 picks are going to be defensive players. I hope those dumbasses in the fan base understands this.
they're not gonna. Mace, don't get your hopes up.
What do you mean?
They don't understand that they're not. He's not gonna stick and pick. He's gonna trade down.
Again, the first picks will be defensive players.
I agree with you, but the history of the Packers. When is the last time you can remember them sticking and picking, Mace?
They stuck with the pick when they took Lucas Van Ness 3 years ago. They
That's a
stuck
rarity.
with they stuck with the pick the year after when they took the offensive tackle.
Did they stick it? Did they trade up or trade down to get Jordan Love?
They traded up, but that was 6 years ago, Tony. A long
Uh,
time ago.
but as a general rule, when you look at Packers drafts in general, like
They
out
don't
of
trade. They don't trade up or down really.
they rarely do.
They rarely do. They stick to what they do.
Hmm.
That's
And
why these two guys I have complete confidence.
yeah, and I've been saying this. If they draft the corner, Mace, if they draft the corner, they're not drafting. I think they would rather reach like draft a guy that fits their system rather than uh forcing a square peg into a round hole with an Avion Terrell, a Jermon McCoy, or a.
I'm gonna tell you something else they're gonna do. Because if you heard the press conference when these two men in this thumbnail was in, they said this. They're gonna get tough-minded football players.
Big physical. That's what I'm saying. They're
Don't
good.
don't be surprised if they pick all their players from the Big Ten. Why do you think that is?
Big physical
Something else
and
that's very important.
yeah, and
Very
that's
important.
why. And when they draft corners, I don't think they're going to be drafting corners anything below 6 foot. Let's be honest.
The
I've been saying
reason why they are going to pick players from the Big Ten or the Big 12 is because they want players who can handle the cold weather.
weather.
Something that in the past this franchise can never do. Even back in the days of Marino, they couldn't win in the cold. The Killer Bees did. The Super Bowl, the Dynasty team won in the cold, but the Marino they haven't won in the cold.
Is it because? Do you think that mentality changed once Marino got in?
No, I don't blame Marino because Marino's from Pittsburgh. He can play in the cold weather. He played very well in Buffalo in the cold.
No, in
Not
terms of the
him.
drafting, because as much as I like Shula, his drafting after he drafted Marino was suspect a little bit. Do you
Exactly. It
agree?
was horrible. It was horrible. And this is why I said many, many times. And now that these assholes are gone, the Dolphin community, they ran to Twitter. What they should be worried about is, do this man right here, will his draft picks stick or they be bust like the Dolphins have been used to?
I honestly, I think they might be more of a success than these people want to admit.
Well, how do these guys feel that they have to wait for a quarterback to start in 3 years? And whoever they pick
I
next
know
year.
I brought that up, and everyone tore into me,
But that's how Green Bay does business.
and
And
I
that's
said
how
that
these
too.
guys going to do business.
There's a few Dolphins. Vamos is in a chat with me in a YouTuber that's still on YouTube, like that he does shows in the morning for the Dolphins. And I said that he's like, that would be a disaster. Like,
Why would it be a disaster?
No, if we're drafting a quarterback in the top 10 and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
Why
that,
would that be a disaster?
if you draft isn't that like if you draft the quarterback in the top 5, Mace, shouldn't it be? Doesn't that mean that he has to start right away?
It depends on what organization. To me, I look at the Packers: Mikowski, Favre, Rodgers, Love. I don't see a problem with that.
I agree with you. I'm in your line of thinking. I would rather the guy be sit there for 3 years, learn the system and stuff like that.
And plug them right in. That's what they're going to do in Miami. Why you think they're desperately wanting to get Malik Willis? Because the system they're going to run, he knows. And by the time the drafted quarterback is ready to start, his contract will be. What do you think Seattle's doing with Sam Darnold?
The same thing.
Yeah. And by
Once
the
they draft their young quarterback,
they already did. Milroe, who used to be in Alabama, he will replace Sam Darnold in 2028. Because Seattle is not going to pay Sam Darnold $75 million. They're not doing that. That's retarded.
and I think that's another philosophy I like. These guys are not. It's not necessary we're going to become cheap. They're going to be more fiscally responsible
They have
with the
no other
money.
choice because of Tua and Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. They have no other choice to be that way.
But once these contracts are gone, like they have no other choice now. But do you think they're going to be like? That's what I'm saying. Like even when the Packers were like at the height of their powers, they never really spent money in free agency.
Exactly. And that's what these guys are going to do is rebuild through the draft. You're going to have players on this team who are homegrown Dolphins, where you can spend your $500 and buy a jersey with these kids who are coming in now. The beautiful thing is we don't know who these kids are, man. Melina said, "What's up to you, Tony?"
Hi, Mel.
Yeah, we don't know who these kids are yet. Which is great. Which I
No,
love.
no. So Mace, this is an honest question for you. Like, if you draft like you said, it depends on the franchise and stuff
Yeah.
like that. When it comes to the quarterback position,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like drafting a quarterback in the top 5 and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you in general, like I can understand if you draft the quarterback at like in the 20s, you can do that. But if you're drafting a quarterback in the top 10, doesn't that automatically mean like no matter who the franchise is, usually that signals you're going to start that quarterback day one normally?
No, because what they're going to tell Stephen Ross, you drafted 2 quarterbacks. How did it work out the last 14 years? Exactly.
Yeah. And Stephen Ross is going to shut up and sit down.
Exactly. And the fans, no one cares what they think. They already sounded like idiots the last 6
30
years.
years.
6 years with this dumb tour shit. How did that work out?
How are they going to get out of Tua?
And like I said to you before, why aren't you and Pete with the Chargers right now? Dolphins are at rock bottom. Chargers are ready to win with Herbert. Why ain't you guys there?
Because we chose the wrong damn quarterback.
Well, that's you guys
And
lost.
I was proven right. Herbert was not going to be Tannehill like most of these idiots thought.
Remember that? Tua is better because you beat him. You see the dumbass mentality of the Dolphin community, and then they wonder why I come after their ass every 15 seconds.
You know where that narrative started? With our boy up in Canada.
Well, he's a fucking idiot because he was the same guy with that fat piece of shit EM Jabba the Hutt who said that Tua had the arm of God. How did that work out? I thought so. Oh, I love it. Yeah, how did that work out? The broken down QB, the one who I told you ass clowns in TD's room 7 years ago that he was peanut brittle. How did that work out? I lost a really close aunt yesterday. I'm not feeling too good tonight, Uncle Mason. Well, my condolences. I lost my aunt right before Christmas, so and I miss my aunt to the second. So my condolences to you, sweet. Godspeed to your aunt. I know how that feels to lose an aunt. It's not a good feeling. Wow. My prayers, love. Let me get back to this dolphin community. I love the fact that you're gonna have to wait 3 years to get your quarterback on the field. And I got news for you. If they do get Malik Willis and they bring down Romeo Dobbs and they keep Waddle, they'll have a good enough receiving core. They'll win 7 or 8 games next year. And then you're gonna have to pick your quarterback in the teens. You hear Manzano already? Oh, they're gonna trade down. You don't know that. What they're gonna do. You don't know what they're I know one thing. They're gonna build that defense. Now the Seattle's top dog. Defense, power, running game, that's the way it should be. You win champion. Remember Bill Belichick on what's my man? Pat McAtee 2 years ago. This was his quote. Game managers wins championships. Championships equals Super Bowls. That's what game managers do. You could have had the best game manager in the business in tour, but oh no, you want to see him get concussed. And he got concussed all right. Oh boy, did he get concussed. Oh man. How the hell do you pass on a Sewell for fucking Jalen Waddle? And then you hear this piece of shit, Jalen Waddle? Word is he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. Get the fuck out of here, Jalen. Go. Get rid of his ass. You getting rid of Minka, get rid of him too.
Yeah, I've been saying I think we're going to trade both Waddle, Mika, and who was the other guy I said we were going to trade?
I could see them trading Sealer too. They're getting rid of all these guys. These guys are all losers. They never won anything. They never won a playoff game. And then this dumbass owner overpays these clowns for what? Mediocrity? And a dumbass fan base who was putting these guys up on the pedestal?
Mika's going to be gone. Like, I think he gets traded.
And they're on the phones right now for his ass. And you know what? Minka was a good soldier. It wasn't his fault that Flores was a dick. And then he comes back to garbage. And next good team you see in Miami, folks, get ready for defense and the power running game. Get used to it. And the game managing quarterback. Get used to that. And I'm going to say it again. I see this team winning 7 or 8 games this year. I really do. Because you can always coach up a defense. 10 more minutes and I'm out of here. You can always coach up a defense, guys. And Seattle and the Broncos are giving you the blueprint how you build a championship contender. And you're going to need a defense to stop Mahomes, Herbert, what's my boy in Bonix, um, Fernando, Lamar, Drake May, whoever the Jets get in next year's draft, and Allen. You're going to need a defense to stop those quarterbacks. And you're going to get one. I guarantee you that. Man. I look at this Miami team starting from ground zero, but I see this Miami team getting it done the right way. Strong on the trenches, drafting players from cold weather colleges like in the Big 12 and the Big 10, getting a running back who can just mow you down, and getting a game managing quarterback. That's how you win Super Bowls. That's how you win. And you guys been listening to these dumbass concept creators. I don't know what to tell you. All I can say is that they lied to you, and you people believed it like dumbasses. And here I've been preaching for the last probably 20 some years since Ricky walked out the door. But like I said before, you people want to listen what you want to hear. You people get heartbroken. I'm gonna get the guy from Dolphin Nation. I'm gonna reach out to him, get him up here. The subscribers to Dolphin Nation has dropped like pot rocks. All these young tourineurs running away from the Dolphins, let them go. Enjoy the rebuild in Miami, and you're going to get a Super Bowl champion out of it. I guarantee you will. And once Tua is officially released, I'll be back doing nothing but favorable and positive Dolphin content. The way you fans really deserve. Not the lies, but ask clowns like reasons be telling you. Chris CBS saw Jesus so quick. He now doing Florida State. Like he never knew who the Dolphins were. Go check that out. He's doing Florida State content now, gang. All of these coward, gutless ass clowns from the Dolphin community, all they're doing now is running away. And me, I came back home to South Florida. Once they benched tour, I said, I'm coming back home and I will be here for the rebuild. And when I do the draft, April 23rd, especially April 24th, come in the room April 24th because that's a big day for the Dolphins. Right now, they got 4 picks. Let's hope they get a third or a fourth rounder for Minka and see what you can get for Waddle and Acham while you're at it. Just get rid of all these losers. Get them out. Get them out. You people really believe Tua was the savior, really? The man had a fucking dislocated hip, and they drafted him 5. You can say what you want about Justin Herbert, but guess what? Justin Herbert is 6'6", and look who's there. Adam Gase as his passing coach and Mike McDaniel as his offensive coordinator. Look at that. 2 of the last 3 guys who coached the Dolphins are now in the Herbert camp. While all you Tua fans, where is he? He'll be somewhere, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Tua's going to ball next place he goes. You know why? Because he's going to be landing into a place where it has an offensive line, a championship defense, and a power running game. Let me repeat that for you tourineurs who really thought that he was going to throw 45 touchdowns, and all he's done the last 5 years be concussed off and on. An offensive line that's going to protect him, a defensive wall, and a pass rush that's going to help him, and his best friend, a power running game, and a couple of tight ends to throw to. All right, McElroy finished the day 5 under. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a real team in Miami. And I completely have complete trust and confidence in these 2 Green Bay. And no one followed Green Bay better than me. Remember, I was from Green Bay with Favre, Rodgers, and you know I was there. And I had to wait 4 years for Jordan Love to start. So I paid my dues. I know these people. They're the people. And they're going to change the look of the Miami Dolphins. It's going to take time. You have to have patience. But I'm going to tell you right now, whoever quarterback they take in next year's draft in the first round, he's going to be on the bench for 3 years. So get used to that. That's the way they've done things in Green Bay. And how has it worked out? pretty damn good in my opinion. So you guys who love the quarterback so much, you're going to be sadly disappointed because he's going to wait. And I don't know who's coming. I think they're going to try hell or high water to get Malik here because Malik knows the offensive game plan they want to play. He's a game manager. He doesn't make too many. He doesn't make mistakes. He's going to move the chains, play possession football, and you're going to win a lot of games that way, man. That's why I'm giving Miami 7 to 8 wins this year, which means you'll be picking in the middle of the draft, and you're not going to get a top quarterback in the draft. You're going to get a Brock Purdy, and this is what I've been saying up here: Brock Purdy or my man with Detroit, Jared Goff. That's the type of quarterback. You heard Jeff Hafley at his press conference. He wants a distributor at quarterback, not a superstar, a distributor, a quarterback that is very coachable, that will listen. And that's why they want Malik Willis here so bad. Me? Hey, uh, all I care about is building a team like Seattle and the Broncos. And they can do that, and you can do that in a year and a half. I would say in 28, they'll be competing for a wild card. Will they make it? I don't know. 29, they'll be competing to win a round. And then in 30, you should be ready to challenge for a Super Bowl. Consistently, I might add. You'll always be in the mix. Josh Allen's getting old. Mahomes is getting old. Lamar Jackson's getting old. By the time the Dolphins will be ready to roll in 2028, 29, you'll have a defense that can stop these quarterbacks. And that's what Hafley's going to do. To keep it real with you guys, I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm glad that I'll be back. If tour is released, I'll be back March 11th, March 12th. And we'll have a big celebration up here. I'll be rocking my Jason Taylor jersey. And we'll move forward with the franchise. I'm not going to lie to you like these bullshit concept creators. They're all liars. I tell you the truth. I've been around this franchise for half a century. I know. I know the ups and downs. I know the history of this team. I know the mannerisms of this. And I said it many times. This owner is a piece of shit. This son of a bitch has owned this team now 17 years, hasn't won a playoff game. Are you kidding me? And I'm going to kill Ross. Don't worry. His day is coming. His day is coming. I want to thank the people in the clouds. Thank you, gang. You guys are beginning to understand my way of thinking is the right way of thinking. And everything I said about the Dolphins since I started my platform in 2020 has happened. Every single thing I predicted. That's why you don't listen to people who steal your money because you people are dumb enough to give them your money. They hear lies. I don't need your goddamn money. I just tell you the facts. Me thank the beautiful Miss Melina. My prayers to you, honey, about your aunt. She lost her aunt today. Let's see who else. Ramos was in here. And Tony Manzano. Now, let me end it with this. Maybe I'm getting a new audience of Dolphin fans who need hope. I'm giving you hope. I'm telling you the damn truth. I think these guys you can trust, they'll turn it around. The only thing I'm going to tell you up here, my honest opinion, you're not going to like the quarterback they draft next year. Not this year, next year with their number one pick. Because I don't see you, Daniel Berry. Yeah, I said what's up to him earlier. I don't see the Dolphins being that bad because you can draft the defense. You can build a defense very quickly. If you're going to run the football and have a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes, you're going to win games. And I know the schedule is brutal. I know that. I know the schedule is brutal. But I just see this team responding to the coach and coaching. And this will not be a country club attitude atmosphere like it's been the last since Stephen Ross is on this team, since Parcells left. It's been a country club in Miami. The coaches, you had coaches sniffing cocaine, sniffing a prostitute's panties, bro. Come on. And let me say one more thing. I was very disappointed in you fans that you didn't hold Ross accountable for losing us a number 1 pick. What is wrong with you people? You should have held his dumbass accountable. I didn't hear. And in here, I do hold my teams accountable. I'm not a pom pom with. For my teams, I'm hard on them when they do dumb shit, and the Dolphins have been doing dumb shit for the last 40 years. But in here now, with Tua gone and all these losers out the building, I'm back, and you'll get positive reinforcement content from me. And all you have to do is subscribe. All you have to do is sit back and relax and chill. Because the guys who I have up in this room, not the Dolphin community guys, they will be banned from this. I don't want to hear from those ass clowns. Okay, picnic table, whatever that fucking room was. Ass clowns like Ali. That's right, my good buddy Ali. That's right, that piece of shit who was talking all that bullshit about Super Bowls. How did that work out? The Tuineers, all these people who supported Tua through the years. How did that work out? All failures. That's let me say it one more time. All failures. These 2 minutes from now, you'll see progress from them. It's going to take time. You got to be patient. But like I said, the quarterback they pick, if they're as good as I think they will be this year, you're going to be sadly disappointed. And you're going to have to live with that. And you're going to have to accept the quarterback sitting for 3 years learning the system. And it'll be interesting if they do get Malik, how many years they give him. Because if they give him 3 years, or let's say 30 million, 35, 36 million, he's going to be the quarterback here for the next 3 years, unless Point Ewers beats him out. Your future quarterback will be the headsets in the pad. That's about the way they do it in Green Bay. And the Green Bay way is the right way because it adds stability to your franchise. And you know one more thing, and you listen good, okay? Last 35 years, Green Bay has only missed the playoffs 5 times. Let me repeat that. The last 35 years, the Packers have missed the playoffs 25 times. Maybe even about 5 times. So they're going to bring stability here. It's going to be like the good old days here in Miami. And you may not get Dan Marino, but you'll get a Bob Greasy type. And last I checked, Bob is in the Hall of Fame. And I hope you guys sit back and enjoy the ride. And I want to see the same group of people right now in the clouds when I come back on Saturday morning. I mean Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. I'll be back 5:30 Eastern time, and we'll talk about the Dolphins again. Let's hope that by then, in the next 21 hours, they would have moved Minka for some picks. I'll talk about the Dolphins as much as you guys want me to, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. And right now, I cannot be hard on this team anymore because they gutted the team. So what I'm going to do is bring you guys positive impact, not lies, not pom pom waving, positive feedback. So you guys will hear the truth from someone who's been around the longest, who's not going to lie to you. That's what I'm going to do for you. So I want to thank you guys for pulling up. I'll be back on Saturday. I'm going to do the Seahawks on Saturday. And I'm going to say the analogy again what I said tonight about Miami, Seattle since 2004, since the day Ricky Williams walked out the door for the weed to right now, Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. I compared it tonight, and I'll do it again Saturday. And if you people come, I'll give you Dolphins on Saturday. I'm not going to lie. Also, next week, the Combine. And when you look at the thumbnails of the Combine, those are players that the Dolphins are looking at. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm dead ass serious. These are the players who, like, look at the thumbnail I got for the draft. I got the draft thumbnails up for day 1 and 2. Look at day 1. Those are the players that where Miami is picking. Those are the guys that could be around their range who they'll pick. And I'll do another upgrade when I hear stuff in early April because things move once the combine's over. But in here, I'll give you honest and positive facts about this football team, which you people deserve. You people been lied to. Tua bought you nothing. Mike McDaniel bought you nothing. Tyreek bought you nothing. Don't listen to those guys in QAM that said Tyreek was excited. No, Tyreek was a fucking headache. How the hell you get arrested on opening day on your way to the stadium? Are you effing kidding me? Only Dolphins do this. All right? So I appreciate you, Dolphin fans. Spread the word. I'll give you guys honest commentary. No lies, no bullshit. We'll do the draft together. Be here draft night because it's going to be all, especially the second night, because it's going to be all about the Dolphins that night. Because the Dolphins got 4 picks in 58. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. All right? I want to thank you guys for pulling up. And you'll get more of this as time goes on. So good night, fellas. I say good night to the people who's here already. I'll be back Saturday, 5:30 Eastern, about the Seahawks. But you guys come in, you'll get Dolphins. All right? Just pop up and I'll give you Dolphins. The truth. No lies, no bullshit. No Tua has the quarterback of God, has the arm of God, like Mr. Reasons lied to you about with fat ass Jabba the Hutt EM. All right? I'll see you guys Saturday evening. Good night from the Oasis, everybody. Thank you for coming.